Alright guys, so this is the Rockville Rock Shaker 6.5 inch in the color black. This is the cheapest home theater subwoofer you can buy on Amazon. This baby's only $99. So let's get her unpackaged here and get my first impressions. Honestly, this thing doesn't look too bad. It's got a wooden cabinet, which is definitely MDF because it doesn't sound very good. First impressions are pretty nice. Now let's look at this amplifier. It's got basically everything an amplifier would need and a port. Now let's try to get this grill off. This grill was very hard to get off. So I tried this for like a few minutes and there's the end of my few minutes there. Finally got it off. And you can see our beautiful 6.5 inch woofer. This grill is made out of wood and it has like the very thin fabric on there. So definitely not very high quality, especially with these little nubs that stick out. These are very, very flimsy and will definitely break and make the grill like pointless. They go into these little holes here, but it's not necessary. Our subwoofer here is not even 6.5 inches. It's actually 6 3/8, a little off. And then our woofer itself is only 5.5 inches. Definitely a little off. Now let's take a closer look at this amplifier. We got our volume, we have our frequency knob here, which is 50 to 150 hertz, and then power and the plug-in, all that stuff. Then we have our line in and line out, phase control, and then this is to turn it on or off. And then this is for like satellite speakers if you're actually using this for a home theater setup. Now let's plug her in. And I plugged it into this battery pack so I can see how much watts it actually pulls. Turn her on, plug in my wires, and here is a half volume test. Now it's time for full volume. Now let's see how much watts this thing actually pulls. We're on full volume. And it's only pulling about 50 to 75 watts. Definitely not the 200 watts RMS it says on the box and all over Amazon, and definitely not 500 watts peak like it says it could do. This subwoofer honestly does not sound good, and I think it's because of this little amplifier that is definitely underpowered or at least very crappy. So to test this, I will be playing 12 hertz through the sub. And right now the sub is at the lowest possible volume I can make it. And as you can see, sub is moving very well. But if I turn it up just a tiny bit, now it sounds horrible. And it's definitely because this amplifier is just not high quality. But anyway, here is a frequency response test. Now I'm going to do a teardown because I want to see what's in this thing. For $99, it better be good. So let's take out the sub first. And now when we take out the subwoofer, we see, honestly, not a bad 6.5 inch subwoofer. It's got a decent magnet. Now let's check what it looks like inside. On the inside we can see it's definitely MDF, has a little port in there and tiny bit of foam. Definitely not enough foam. But let's check out this amplifier. Let's take out the screws and we'll see if this amplifier is actually pretty nice or not. And with the board removed, we see our very, very, very disappointing amplifier. This amplifier has absolutely no power, and you can just tell by looking at it, not very good of an amplifier. I do like how it has its own sealed compartment in there, but it's not good because there won't be any airflow to the amplifier, so it probably overheats. We can see that behind this flat part here is all of the inputs and outputs, and then behind this part here is just the flat Rockville logo. I did want to know what was under this. Like, I was wondering if there's any heat sinks or anything under this amplifier. So I took out all of those screws and there is literally nothing under there. Just a foam block to keep it there. So that was pretty disappointing of a teardown. And honestly, this Rockville subwoofer for the price is not worth it. $99, you can make a custom one for cheaper, or just spend an extra $100 or something, get a really nice one, or just spend a little bit more and get the Polk Audio one. I really like the Polk Audio one. Maybe I'll make a video about that eventually. But honestly, this is just another junk Rockville product. I would not try to get this product if you like subwoofers or not. Like, this is just not a good purchase, especially for $99. Just not worth the price, and not worth the poor Amazon delivery driver that has to bring this to your door just so that you return it the next day because it sucks so much. This is my first YouTube video, so hopefully you liked it, and there will be more to come on YouTube.